welcome to episode 22 of Series 1 of Master League Story Mode. Happy Monday to you all. Hope you had a good weekend. I did as well, or I am currently having a good weekend. Obviously, I didn't record this on Monday, but I'm not exactly flush for time, so I'm going to get straight into this game. So unfortunately, no hilarity, no Tim Sherwood clips. We've really got to get going. So we're up against Reading. Let's take a look at the squads. Now, in the last episode, serial commenters Karkarot and Toko Botzer both pointed out very kindly that I messed things up a little bit. And I think I sort of did. The last two games, we had 2 games in quick succession, 3 games in quick succession, and we really struggled in terms of fitness. And we don't really have the quality on the bench to replace some of the key players in our team, which isn't so much of a problem now. We're 10 points clear, but will be a problem when we hit the Premier League. We're not exactly flush for cash either. We've got 3 loanees in our starting lineup in Fisher, Veretout and NG. I think combined together, I mean, they're going to be 15 million at least combined. So we might have enough just to sign them back. So we're going to have to do some creative scouting. Hopefully we can find some free transfers, which is pretty tricky using the transfer rules. But anyway, less of that. Tyder and Fisher, unfortunately, our 2 star players, both on a blue, but we'll carry on with them. Everyone's had a good break. We've had a couple of weeks off. We've had at least a week off. So everyone's full energy, ready to go. So we've taken a trip down south to beautiful Reading. What a city that is. A night game here. It's pretty rare. You don't see many of these, actually. It's interesting. There's Steele, Captain Hanley. Needing another good game here. We've been in great form this season. Great form. Okay, and we're off. So we can start strongly in this match. Oh, Veretout, that's a poor ball. Cut out by Gunter. Oh, Spur nearly gets it back, but the ball falls kindly into the Reading player. He's got Vidra ahead of him, takes it inside of Duffy. Henley gets a tackle in. No foul, says the ref. Thank God for that. Oh, and G lets it run by him. So the first time ball into the path of Rose. He can't get there ahead of Al Habsi. Searching ball into the path of Quinn. He's got ahead of Henley. He's got Vidra in the box. He's got time to put in the cross. Henley does well to stop the cross coming in, but it's fired in anyway. Cleary gets there. Oh, that was a big chance for Reading to take the lead. Good ball in there. And actually, he had a free header. He got ahead of Henley. Hanley, even. Spur into Veretout. Carley down the line. He's got Veretout continuing his run. This is great play. He's got 3 men in the centre. Outside of the boot. Into NG. Doesn't get there. Tyder able to tidy it up, but it... Oh. Just cut out. Good play there from the Reading winger. Oh, that's really well stepped in there from Henley. Here is Fisher. No, that's really bad communication there between Fisher and G. Oh, G gets there. Rose dummies the shot. Good pace to get ahead of his man. It's a calm left foot finish. That was a really poor throw-in from Reading there. They were pinned down by the Giza press in their half. But the throw-in went straight to NG. He was able to header it inside with ease to Jordan Rhodes, who used that little burst of pace. Dummy shot. Look at that. Really poor. Rhodes found himself in acres of space. Dummied the shot, which gave him enough just to get ahead of his defender. And it's a good finish with the left foot. Bernard long balled in, looking for Duffy. No, not looking for Duffy. Veretout gets the ball off Tyder in the middle and he's steaming ahead here. Oh, he cuts it back, probably unnecessarily. He manages to get away from Ferdinand again. Into Rhodes, right foot curling shot. Oh, it's just wide. It's Gunter. Reading happy to pass it around, trying to build something from the back here. They are at home. They are the team that should be taking the initiative in this match. Duffy in really strongly there. Finds NG in a bit of space. Oh, it's a lovely little ball into Fisher. Ball on the floor into Bakali. Oh, it doesn't quite make it. Great ball from NG to find Fisher there. He did some good work down the right. Managed to fire a ball in across the box. No one on the end of it. Ooh. Good ball into Gunter. Spur scrambling back with Veretout alongside him. Gunter gets past 2. Oh, the ball in. Quinn Had to just tap it into an almost empty net there. He's unable to get his feet right in time. Squirms just wide. It's half time. Fairly comfortable. I'm not sure if Reading were allowed a shot on target. No, they weren't. So more of the same, hopefully, from Blackburn. So as I said, hopefully more of the same from Blackburn. Although we have only had 30-something% possession, which is incredibly low. Even for us. Even as the geezer pressing, counter-attacking side that we are. That's a good ball into Fisher. Oh, Rose almost gets the run of G down the right. Reading, as we saw in the first half, capable side in possession, but they've yet to show any cutting edge. Again, you join us back. Reading still have possession. We're unable to get anywhere near him, but Veretout finally wins it back. Oh, but he's given it away again. He's won it back just about. Oh, Tyder dispossessed by a combination of Piazon and Vidra. Now Reading, can they launch the break? G in really strongly. That's exactly what we needed there. Oh, Fisher just couldn't find the second ball there. Veretout wins it back. Nicely done. Oh. Struggling with some passing. I'd like to hear people's opinion because it just seems to be missing a bit of that spark, a bit of the excitement we had at the beginning of the season. Is it because we've changed formation? I know we started with wingers. We went to 4-4-2, which worked for a while, especially with Ulari and Rhodes. But then when we moved to Fisher and Rhodes up front, we had a bit of success. But I feel like we've just been a bit stale. I'm not sure what that is. You know, it could just be we've been playing better teams. Obviously, we've got the problem of less players now. We're missing players like Guthrie. Hanley gets that well. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you think, because, I mean, you may disagree, but I feel like we've not been playing quite as well as we were. Fisher really does well to get ahead there. Oh, can he get it? He can't. Good pressing here by Blackburn, but Reading able to pass their way out of it, as they have done throughout this match. And just the question is, can they make any of these passes count in our half? Because if they do, then we're in trouble, because they're really keeping possession very comfortably. Vidra gives it back to Piazon. That's a good ball. If he can keep it in, he can. Hanley tracking him. Oh, Hanley couldn't quite get there. Couldn't quite win it back. Veretout, great ball into Tyder. Sees Rhodes in a bit of space, and that's a well-weighted ball out to the centre forward. He finds himself wide, but it's a great first touch. Take it past McShane. Dummy inside of Westwood. Oh, it's off the defender. Keeper can only punch it away. And that's only as far as Veretout. Great play by Jordan Veretout. The curling shot, it was his trademark at the beginning of the season. And that's a great goal from Jordan Veretout. I think that's one of the things, as I was talking about, our dip of form has really come in line with Jordan Veretout being out of the goals. But that was great play by both of the Jordans there, the Jordan to Jordan axis. It started with a great ball out from Tyder, finding Rhodes in the left wing position. His shot was deflected out as far as Veretout did well to get back onto his right foot. And from that position, on the edge of the box, in the centre, he's been deadly with that right foot curler. He's back on the score sheet. The Championship's second highest scoring player. Playing as an attacking midfielder. That's pretty impressive. Good strength and speed to get away from the Reading defence. That's a bit better here from Blackburn, and it allows us to make some substitutions. Bakali, Veretout and Fisher coming off. Give them a bit of a rest. Fisher has been anonymous in this game, which is unfortunate. Here's Lowe, the substitute, into Koita, the other substitute. He does really well to get away from him strongly. Into Ng. Oh, falling backwards. Oh, and Rhodes puts it against the post. That's unfortunate. An open goal there, Jordan Rhodes. His left foot finish. Cannoned off the crossbar. Should have been 3 there. Hopefully we're not made to pay for that. Ng does well. It's a good pass there into Lowe. Hits it with the right. And it's a rare goal for Lowe. Great stuff. Jason Lowe, fan favourite, gets his goal. There's talk of him leaving in the transfer window, but he's stuck around. His versatility for keeping him in the squad. And he did really well there, set up by Koita, the other substitute. Some of the bit part players here having their say. That's what we need for the rest of the season. Squad depth has been questioned in the last few weeks. But not a problem today. Good take by Tyder. Little chip ball into Koita, who did really well, actually, to get ahead of the player. And then it was a simple ball into low. Found himself in a surprising amount of space. And it was a really confident finish. Oh, mistake from McShane. Rhodes, not exactly the quickest player in the world. Finds Koita in a bit of space. Koita makes it 4. And it's 2 goals from 2 substitutes. The call has come out to some of these second string players in the Blackburn team that we need to see a bit of quality. Rhodes did really well to win it back, but he was never going to have the pace to get ahead of the Reading defender. He cut back inside, considered the shot, but saw that Koita was following it up really nicely. And from there he was unlikely to miss. Jordan Rhodes, oh. Tyder, nice turn. Hits it. Oh. Not seen much of that from Tyder today. We know that he can exploit defences from deep. This was a crafty turn though with the outside of the boot. Found himself in a lot of space, but the shot off target. Oh, Koita, can he get there? Ferdinand been put in a bit of difficulty there by Al Habsi. And that's 4-0. Great result. Good, solid result against a mid-table team from Blackburn. Hanley and Duffy had a strong game at the back. What a duo they've been this season for Blackburn. Really, really strong. No real place for Reece Oxford, the new signing. Only 37% possession. Even with 63% possession, Reading were unable to get a shot on target. 91% pass completion, but not going anywhere, so pretty pointless, really. Who had man of the match was Koita, coming on and grabbing a 7. That's good play from him. Tyler did another great game, only 5.5. He wasn't really involved, to be honest. And Gian Veretout had a good game. Veretout got a trademark goal. So there we go. Oh, Hull City losing. That's interesting. Blackburn's season marches on. We're now 12 points clear. Pretty comfortable. 2 losses. Sneaking up on 100 goals. Good stuff. Reading, yeah, mid-table in 13th. Oh, Lari's increasing. I don't know how he's doing that from the medical room bench. Henley as well getting better. That's good. I want to see that. I'm not sure. Maybe he's back in training. I find that hard to believe, being he's out for 12 weeks. So another nice long rest. A full week and we're back at Preston North End again. Veretout, 19 goals. Jordan Rhodes, 28. Pretty solid from those two. Let's get straight into this game. Let's check out the team. Everyone looking good today. That's what we like to see. Fisher and Rose both on yellows. Great stuff. Henley has just had his boost up to 70. He's an exciting young player, actually. Let's not forget that Henley's only 22. Check out his development. Oh, you can't see it here. Reece Oxford, it'd be good to give him a game, really, but Duffy and Hanley have been pretty solid. There's no real reason for us to do that. Ulari, 9 weeks away now. But he's still improving, which is always good. Don't know how that works. Okay, here we are, back at Ewood Park, up against Preston North End. This should be a fairly comfortable game. Everyone's on good form. Everyone's well rested. We had a great 4-0 win away at Reading in the last match. So there's nothing. The team spirit is massive. Look at them. They're great mates. Even the new signings coming in and some of the old signings like Safir Tyder. Nothing's changed. Tim Sherwood able to bond these players through the passion that he shows. So we're back at Ewood Park, back at the Fortress. Fisher's not been quite himself in the last few games, so let's see if we can get him a goal. Oh, he's done really well there. Oh, couldn't quite finish that off. Oh, good tackle on Veretout there. Hanley gets it back at the second attempt. Tyder now driving forward. Customary strong run there from Tyder. Looks for the run of Rhodes. Couldn't find him. Duffy comes out to meet Doyle, but Doyle does really well. Then Hanley tidies up really nicely. Veretout into Ng. Plays it back quickly to Fisher. Sees Rhodes in a bit of space. He sees Bakali making the great run down the left. He's got players on the inside, but he cuts back onto his right. The ball into Ng. Doesn't make it. Here comes Tyder. Bit of space. Hits it really strongly. Great play from Tyder. That's where we like to see him. First corner of the game here to Blackburn. It's the outswinger from Jordan Veretout. Tyder gets ahead of his man. Good header. It's cleared off the line. Preston could launch the attack here. Henley tries to get a foot in. And that's a good ball, but Henley has got ahead of him. Really well played there from the young right back. Does just enough to keep hold of it as well. Good play from Ng. Finds a bit of space. Veretout is given the space there to run into. Back to Bakali. Oh, unfortunately couldn't get away from Kilkenny. Safir Tyder does really well to get ahead of him there. Ball back into him from Veretout. Tyder onto his right foot. The finish. Oh, doesn't make it. Oh, Bakali loses out again. Veretout's tackle is a foul. 36 minutes in, we've not really had many chances. We've had a lot of possession and a lot of good build-up play, but nothing more than that really. Ah, the ball out from Veretout to Bakali doesn't make it. Again, Tyder in really strong. Great ball from Rhodes. Ah, it's cut out on the way into Victor Fisher. Ng, good pressure as always. Bakali scampering over. Oh, that's a nice ball. Spur cuts it out. Good interplay there from Veretout and Tyder. Rhodes with the ball over into Fisher, but it's way too high. We shouldn't have Jordan Rhodes making those sort of passes. We need him to be the one getting on the end of them. This is a frustrating half here. We know we should be winning. We've got the quality. We're at home. We're on form. Goal now would be nice. Oh, Tyder, great run. Oh, he had Bakali making a good run there inside. And then he wastes the opportunity with a chip. Far too late. Half time nearly upon us here. Blackburn with really nothing to show for all of their possession and good play. Some frustrating one there. Really frustrating. 3 shots on target. Apparently I don't remember them. 58% possession sounds about right. So we need to see a much better performance in this second half. We need to start doing something with all this possession. Not making stupid decisions like that, Victor Fisher. Back heel there was totally pointless. Hanley, Bakali into Rhodes. Can he get the ball into Fisher? He can. Ball on over the top is available into Ng. Just needed a tiny bit more on that. And Ng had him for pace without a doubt. Heading it he can, and that is a commanding header away. Fisher into Ng. Oh, Ng, great pace to get away from him there. The break is on here. Fisher driving through the middle. He's got Ng on his right-hand side. Is he going to go alone? Looks like he is. Victor Fisher. Oh, good save there. Combination of the keeper, I think, and the defender. Fisher had options on either side, but he had only one thing in his mind as he took the ball over the halfway line, and that was to go for goal. He actually did pretty well to get into the position to shoot. Maybe he should have taken it a little bit earlier. It was a good slide in at the end. Better there from Blackburn, but still not taking the chances. Bakali's had a real nightmare today. The Preston defenders got the measure of him. Spurs out of position now. Duffy shouldn't really come in. They've got 2 in the centre. Luckily, they lost the momentum there massively, but just about managed to get it back. Oh, it's a throw into Blackburn. Ooh, that's a really poor ball from Bakali. Henley deals with that with ease. Into Ng. And continues his run. Little 1-2. The Cameroonian. Rhodes into Fisher. He's got Henley again, who's continued his run from the back. Ball in towards Rhodes. Doesn't make it as far as him. It's a good counter-attack there from Blackburn. Oh, Fisher couldn't get his foot on it. Tied with another foul in the centre. He's putting the tackles up. He's putting himself about, but probably dicing with a yellow card at the moment. Rhodes has won it back here. Can Fisher find the ball through? He can. Jordan Rhodes. Oh, no way. Tried to be too clever there. Tried to dummy it round him, but the keeper wasn't budging. Great ball through from Tyder. Into Ng. Can't get there. No way. This is awful. Having all sorts of opportunities here. Tied a nice ball out to Spur, who takes it in his stride. Oh, Bakali too much again. Good turn from May. Duffy wins it back though. Oh, but he's lost it. Good ball in towards Brownhill. Oh, no. Veretout and Bakali coming off. They've not done much in this game and they're getting tired. Bringing on Koita, who had a good match in the last game, and Olsen, who's dependable but hardly exciting left-sided player. His Spur into the substitute, Olsen. His first pass into Rhodes is a good one. Oh, Rhodes looking inside with a deft little pass there. In G, another foul. Frustrated play here from Blackburn. It's a yellow card for Clinton and G. Oh, that's a huge mistake there. Not spotting the run of Jordan Rhodes. Oh, and he's hit the post. Oh, Kirkland. Oh, my God. How is that possible? He's on a yellow. Jordan Rhodes does not miss those sort of chances. Olsen, really, really good play there to get ahead of him. Now he takes him down the line, but he can't get the ball in. Coach, another foul. I can't believe this. Come on, Blackburn. Get your heads in this fucking game. Fisher, Spur, Olsen, into Fisher. No, what am I doing? No, fuck off. There's no way that is a foul. Well, complete fucking meltdown there. That was awful. Absolutely shocking by Blackburn. So many chances from so many different players in such great positions and nothing. Absolutely nothing. 4 shots on target. That is shit. Everyone had chances there. Fisher, Veretout, Rhodes, just poor all round. Shouldn't be drawing games like that at home. Should not be drawing games like that at home at all. Not against Preston. That was really poor. Only 11 points clear now. That's not good enough. The goals have really dried up in the last few games. 5 matches, 2 wins, 2 draws, 1 loss. That is just not good enough. Fisher, Bakali, Veretout, nowhere to be seen in the goal rankings. Nowhere to be seen. They should be getting more than 1 goal. Jordan Rhodes getting 2. Really poor stuff all round. What's changed? What has changed? We've not been aggressive in the pressuring like we have been. And that's not going to have helped. Veretout, top of the passing and the dribbling. Where the fuck is Fisher? He's not even in the shooting attempt. He's not even had shots. The last 5 games, he's been out of it completely. Tyder winning a lot of tackles in the middle. But then his passing has been decent as well. I mean, makes no sense. Where is Fisher? He's completely anonymous in the last few games. Koita making it, and Fisher somehow also making it into the team of the month. I don't know how that has happened. That is just an odd one, really. Veretout and Tyder. Henley, I think the first time we've seen a defensive player crop up in the team of the month, which is an interesting development. So that's just about all we've got time for in this episode. Pretty shit, really. 93 team spirit at the moment. That's gone down. Disappointing game there. I apologise for getting so angry, but I'm just wound up. We're not playing as well as we should be, and I will reiterate the question I asked at the beginning of the episode. What's going wrong? Why aren't we playing with the style and flair and vigour? Especially in games like that one against Preston that we were at the beginning of the season. What has gone wrong? I would like to know. Tim would like to know. Tim doesn't know. Anyway, see you in a bit.